Now, I also created Sudoers best practices summary document. It's named Sudoers best practices.txt. Let's view it with more. So always use vsudo to edit Sudoers file. Test configurations with vsudo -c. Use etc sudoers.d for modular configuration and implement principle of least privilege. You'll be able to read this best practices file. I'll make it available on my GitHub. So let's create a new file here and insert it here. Let's name it Sudoers best practices.txt. Commit changes. So here it is. Now let's also add another file here. The configuration on root using SSH. As you remember, you'll need to modify this line and you'll need to set it to permit logon. No. Let's name it root_ssh config. We'll add the file here. Now let's add one more file. We'll add Sudoers service management role example. So I'll create a new file and let's name it Sudoers service underscore management role. I'll insert the example here and save this file. We'll do the same for the Sudoers web admin role. Let's name it Sudoers web admin role. Save the changes. And database admin role. Sudoers db admin role. I'll insert the configuration here and save the changes. And finally, for the backup admins, that was for DB admins. Let's insert for the backup admins and name it Sudoers backup admins role. Save the changes. Now let's create a file for the Sudoers advanced security. Let's name it Sudoers advanced security role. Commit the changes. We'll create a file for an example of environment security. I'll paste the content we've covered in previous lessons and name it Sudoers environment security example. Let's save it. And finally, let's create a session management example. So we'll name it Sudoers session management example. Commit the changes, and we are done. So now, if I switch back to my Linux machine, clear the screen, print working directory, I'm in git clone git repository, and if I type git pull, that'll update my repository. So now if I list the contents, actually it hasn't updated the contents because I've created a file here. So let me go to my home directory, type rmrf linuxsec. There is no such a directory now. Let me type history, pipe grep git, and run the command number 14, exclamation point 14. Now it has cloned linuxsec with 33 objects. Let me cd to linuxsec 1.users and ls and we get all these files here. So we can cat Sudoers environment security example, and we can reuse it in our demo, or if you want to follow along. Okay, that'll conclude our demonstration sessions on Sudoers. Next up, I'll create a short video on what we've covered in these sessions. And for now, I hope it was informative and I'd like to thank you for viewing.